Hello, everybody, and welcome to a scene from Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York, as we are joined in the fabulous Bronx apartment as Aidan Lynch swaggers in to. He knows, well, Jason is there, he knows 10 Point is there, and he swaggers in already in his freshly minted suit because he gets ready at home. The door is dramatically kicked open because it's his apartment. He unlocks it with the keys quite easily. And lets a swish of his long hair in and just walks around to see who is in there.
Just how dramatically
It's dramatic.
does
It's Aiden.
he
It's
kick open the
Aiden.
door?
It's Aiden. It's always dramatic.
You're gonna start this by triggering the vet. Congrats.
Aiden flings open the door, which bounces off the wall and makes a great deal of noise. From the bathroom, there's the sound of running water. A thump. A great deal of splashing. And then a very, very naked, soaking wet Jason busts out of the bathroom looking pretty ready for a fight.
Tell me 10 points. Is 10 point with Aiden at this point?
She hasn't been back to the pack house, so I imagine she's there in Aiden's room, having already showered because she had some level of warning. But that does mean that she's going to poke her head out when there's all the thumping and splashing and shit's going down, and she looks in one direction, and then she looks in the other direction, and she turns colors and decides to go.
Note that ready for a fight means grabbing whatever looks like a weapon. Jason's about to garrote somebody with a hairdryer.
Fine, maybe not turns colors because that's a level of absurd even she can appreciate, and just turns her eyebrows rapidly, make a break for her hairline, and she decides that maybe she should just, you know what, she's just going to pull back in and close this door. She's just going to close it. Nope.
Jason, you look well equipped.
Excuse me a moment. I'm thinking.
So many potential meanings. So good.
He stands there with his hands on his hips staring at him.
God damn it.
That's a quote thread right there, Katie. I want that on there.
I'm doing it now.
Well, he is quick-witted. This means that the period of time that Jason stands there dripping in the hallway with the electrical cord wrapped firmly around both fists is brief before he just kind of blink. Straightens up from his, attack crouch. Aiden?
Jason?
You?
Was what me?
Why would you do that to the door?
Well, it's an entrance.
What did it ever do to you?
I mean, I was making an entrance, that's all. But that's not the point, Jason. You have a suit, right?
I never actually got back the shirt.
Wait right there. And he'll walk past Jason, giving him another look up and down and look at his behind, and as he's walking.
Magnificent behind. Jason has excellent muscles.
You've been working out? Is he saying he's walking by and will open the door and pull out one of the suits? This should fit you.
I mean, yes, but what?
This should fit you. Broaden the shoulders and all that.
He kind of looks at Aiden. He looks at his own shoulder and looks back at Aiden and just...
It's not mine.
Walks back into the bathroom and sets the hairdryer back down.
It's not mine. It was Will White's. They left a load of stuff here, but here, this should fit you.
Grab a towel and dry his hand off and take the suit on the hanger and kind of hook it over the door.
We're going out. We're going out.
Where are we going?
That is not where you need to know. You just need to know that we're going out.
Kind of mid-toweling, like hangs his head back out the bathroom door, just like, is this a like reconnaissance going out?
This is the best reconnaissance mission you're ever going to need. You're going to need a suit. We're all getting dressed up, so this is some spy level shit. 007 type stuff, Jason. You trust your wormfo, don't you?
That phrase is never good news, Aiden.
I know, but even 10 points getting dressed up for this. This is a very important mission, Jason.
You gotta nod slightly because 10 points hair was done, and that is important. I'll use the hairdryer then, I guess.
Oh yeah, no. Hairdryer and everything.
So Jason will go probably finish rinsing off, poor guy, and then blow dry his hair. It is fluffy. It's beautifully fluffy. And then put on the suit. Kind of, it does fit reasonably well, thankfully. And yeah. He looks slightly awkward. Jason has never really gotten used to suits. So he's still adjusting to the fact that he's expected to wear them again. Somewhere up above, Richard is looking down going, yes. Good. But yeah.
Yep, and while he is prepping, 10 point is 99% of the way there, except that her hair has to somehow fit on top of her head. And let's be honest, it probably takes Aiden and a small, okay, not even just a small army of bobby pins and whatnot to get it up there, but Gaia help her. By the time Jason has gone through his entire process, 10 points hair is where it is meant to be. She is markedly sans antlers. In fact, to a certain depth to which one wonders what sort of shit she had to do to herself to make sure there wasn't some sort of nub left behind or a protruding bit of bone.
Jason has watched her rip them off before. The sight of her without them to that degree is perhaps a little disconcerting with that image in mind.
It's a pretty accurate image.
Looking good, 10 point. You give her a wink.
Point awkwardly fails to in any way gracefully accept the compliment. Though she does turn in a very pleasant, very faint shade of pink.
So, let's get going then, if you're ready. You've got money, haven't you?
Yeah.
You're going to need it for drinks, so it's fine.
Jason's levels of confusion are just ratcheting upwards. And
part
his
of the
suspicion.
It's part of the cover. You know what I'm saying? Gotta blend in. Puts his arm around Jason on 10 point. It's going to be a good night. So let's go. Start leading them out.
And they shall go.
They shall indeed.
So we drive to the end of Manhattan where it's supposedly located. It's close to set, Jason will notice. They drive and they pull up outside what looks to be this kind of large black door. And he'll walk over and put his hands in the pockets. All right, Jason, there's something very important that I need to give you before going in here.
What would that be?
He'll ruffle in his pockets and tap him a bit and then pull out what looks to be a priest clerical collar and put it on Jason's neck. Make sure you wear that when you're going in.
Jason looks slightly confused. Like this is... Wait, what are we doing, Aiden?
No questions. Bang, bang, bang. Slide open the door. What's the password? And you go, Blarney. Door swings open. Welcome to the confession, Jason. It's always good to relieve your sins that way. Wink. Step right through.
I'm not Catholic.
Just step right through, lad.
He's like walking through, but staring backwards at Aiden the entire time, attempting to argue. Although has forgotten to actually take off the clerical collar.
Yeah, that's when he hears the booming music.
For what it's worth, 10 Point doesn't seem surprised at all by the contents of this building as they enter, and if anything, is just sticking very close to Aiden's side.
Jason, as he puts his both hands on his shoulder, slowly turning, welcome to the holiest place in all of Gaia.
And he just stops. Gives Aiden this look. Looks around. And gives Aiden the look again. You've got to be kidding me.
You're a Cleith now? Gotta celebrate. First 5 dances are on me, lad. Wink.
What? 5?
5? And plus, there's drinks. There's the back room where we'll be all sitting, where I think probably 10 Point's going to go first. But enjoy yourself. Take some time. We've got some business to discuss. But first of all, you enjoy yourself. And pat him on the shoulder. You want to get a drink, 10 Point?
And she will give her head a light bob. And hilariously enough, seems to know her way around the place perfectly fine. And is not at all fazed by all of the half-naked men and half-naked women and pretty much naked men and women. And yeah, she has apparently acclimated, or isn't especially fazed by naked bodies, one or the other. But yeah, she'll give a light nod, and she'll either move with him, or if he's going to hesitate and stick around and do something else, so be it. But at this point, I imagine the tenders and the various employees recognize and know her. So yeah, she will swing around, she'll get a drink, and yeah, she'll essentially just saunter casually enough back towards that VIP room.
Meanwhile, as Aiden's walking through, people obviously know who the hell he is, and he's pointing at Jason going, new guy, make sure he gets all the dances and all the drinks.
Jason is honestly, like, he's not standing still and looking awkward, but he's just kind of doing that slow wander that's like, I'm really not sure I should be here, or what is going on.
You do notice that because we're in the clerical, people swarm on top of you, basically. It seems to be the VIP badge.
He will end up in a nice comfy chair, staring rather more closely at parts of, he's not even sure who. He's pretty sure they're twins, but not positive. Silently thanking whoever made the chair for making it really sturdy, because there's 3 people in it right now.
While watching Jason, Aiden will nudge 10 Point. He looks comfortable.
He actually looks mildly alarmed.
And she will sip out of whatever fancy little drink she's managed to get a hold of, turning around to look, pausing her slow migration towards the back room, and tilt her head faintly. I think he's going to faint.
I mean, that's why it was the first time we all discovered what this place could be, so he's doing better than Simon did.
10 Point makes a pointed glance around, because let's face it, whether or not they are here to represent themselves, if Murder Hobo is even in the state, he's probably here. And Lord knows that Shitstorm is probably milking his, oh, I was so grievously injured for all it's worth, with all of the women who know him as a regular. So there are familiar faces from the Sept here. There are kinfolk.
Lots of familiar. No, there's no kinfolk. There's
no kinfolk, just Guru?
Just Guru.
Yeah, but yeah, there are a number of familiar faces.
The kinfolk will know, 10 Point. That means you know who will know, and he can't have
That's
that.
True. That's true. No kinfolk, just various guru, sworn to secrecy.
Aiden will walk over eventually, and once the twins leave, he'll whisper in Jason's ear, "Whatever you do, don't spread this around the kin. And for God's sake, don't tell my wife.
I've never even formally met your wife.
Just,
Also, I'm not stupid.
just keep quiet about it.
I've
You have to
It's a
take the oath of secrecy.
confessional.
You have to take the oath of
Can't
secrecy.
take
What
things
happens
out
in...
of a confessional.
There you go. See? Now come on into the back room. Get you another dance later. We gotta talk business. Just smile at somebody. He's like, "Yeah, I know who you are. You know who I am." You know, as he's walking away.
He'll get up, walking perhaps, a little awkwardly. He's not immune, just really startled. It kind of, adjusts a bit. Follows.
Yeah, they sit in the lavishly cheesy seats. You know, the big puffy ones. Aiden sits down, pours the three of them a drink.
Let it be known that as poofy as the chairs are, it's very possible that rather than finding a chair of her own, 10 Point decides that she is going to perch in the arm of Aiden's chair.
Because why not?
Because right now there's no one else in here who needs to use it, so...
So, Jason, you enjoying yourself?
It's a really nice club, actually.
It is. We cleanse it every day. It is the holiest of holies.
You were serious.
Mm-hmm.
10 Point is affecting a very innocent face, sipping out of her drink.
Who are the dancers? I distinctly remember being told that anybody that decided to rub up on me instead of running away screaming should probably not be trusted.
They're strippers. Honestly, they probably have the constitution to bear with us most days.
That's fair, actually.
There are those among humankind that experience great adversity and thus are able to face it much more gracefully. They're paid well.
Very well.
That helps too.
I mean, the money's been rolling in.
Well, it's nice, and it's New York. People have stupid amounts of money in New York.
And plus, most guru are willing to take the edge off, you know?
Yeah,
It's not like they have an alternative.
Exactly.
that's true.
So how you been doing?
I don't know. I'm tired, mostly.
You grin, take a sip. Well, the reason me and 10 Point wanted to take you out is A, because I wanted to bring you here because you're a Cleus, and it's always good to bring your first time to this place. And B, we were wondering to make you an offer.
Offer?
Oh, yeah.
This isn't going to involve like severed horse heads, is it?
No.
Oh,
Jesus.
it's not that kind of
Jesus.
offer. Look, it's a good film. The sequel's better.
Aiden will very casually take off his jacket and actually wrap it around 10 Point's shoulders. So it covers her back.
God bless him. Yeah, she doesn't remember they're there, generally, so...
Jason knows they're there and doesn't
He just does it
ever
very...
talk about it.
Yeah, Aiden's like he doesn't look at him specifically. He just does it effortlessly. It's all one motion, smooth motion. Keep yourself warm, Han. You just give her a playful nudge, cheek to cheek.
And yeah, she just looks perfectly happy. She's being doted on. This is like a tattoo you got when you were a teenager and have practically forgotten is there. So, yeah, she doesn't think twice about it. She just shrugs into his jacket.
Well, you're a Cleith now, and a budding Philodox, and you've got a lot of prospects ahead of you. Smile over at 10 Point. Myself, 10 Point, and Saoirse were wondering, would you be interested in joining our little family?
You've asked before. You've mentioned it before. But I guess not asked formally.
We were waiting until you got the proper dues. And you settled yourself in a bit. Out of respect.
I don't know about being settled, but I don't know that that's going to happen ever, so.
We were just waiting until you found your feet somewhat before we jumped on you.
I appreciate
Again.
that.
It's out of respect, man. You give a very genuine smile. But we'd be honoured to have you as one of our family. We think that you fit in with us very well, and we need a figure like you in our pack. In my pack.
Of everyone that I've spoken to on Sept about how to go forward and everything else, you've all been the most welcoming. Colin's a close second, but he's not a whole pack. Well,
No.
you come as a family, not an individual.
I thought about meeting you on my own, but it would be better if there was at least another member of us here to know that we're serious.
10 Point gives a pert nod. I'm sure Saoirse would be here if she could. But with the Sept so rife of guardians, she's been pulling their duties, even as the tale singer.
Getting two people together in one place for a conversation right now is hard enough, much less three. And she's been running in circles like a chicken with her head cut off. I'm not going to blame her for it.
I think it's just because I'm the wormhole and I can kind of get away with it. Who grin.
Who's going to yell at you?
Exactly.
Maybe Mother Larissa.
And she can't really yell much. I've been doing my job like a Trojan horse, so.
Yeah.
But we're serious in our offer. We want you to become a child of Dana like us.
I don't know anything about Dana, not really. But I'd already considered the nominal offer.
She's about knowledge and the preservation of knowledge. What we can learn from the past can apply to the future and how we change and how we grow. We hold on to the past to learn lessons to better our future. That's what Dana's about.
Then my answer remains the same. I would be honored.
Smile. Extend a hand.
And he will shake it firmly.
Welcome to the family, brother.
And he will actually, at that point, since they are in a private room, slide out of his chair and drop to one knee and kind of press Aiden's hand over his heart. Alpha.
Get up. You smile and like basically full body
blooming.
Full body hug him, like lifts him up in the air quite easily.
Which is pretty oppressive.
Oh yeah, Aiden's a strong motherfucker.
Yeah, neither one of them is puny. But
hefts him up.
He does look slightly surprised, though. The statistical probability that anyone has picked up Jason in the last 10 years or so, at least, is low. But he'll hug back. He gives good hugs.
I'm Alpha. Saoirse's Beta. She's your Omega. He'll give a grin.
I know.
10 Point will wait her turn.
No. He's still like hugging and then just like unwinds one arm and just makes a grabby hand at 10 Point. Group hug.
Oh, then she doesn't wait her turn. No, she slides right in, just beaming.
It's the best hug.
He'll smile. 10 Point, why don't you go get us a drink? There's just something I want to chat about to Jason. Just get us a bottle. He'll grin.
That gets an arched eyebrow.
And she'll shoot a questioning glance, and there's probably like an inquisitive ping through the link, but when he says, there's a thing I want to talk about, she just kind of accepts it without.
She very much gets the idea of what he wants to talk about, Jason, on his own, though. It's about the lessons. It's very much obvious, you know what I mean?
Yep. There's the ping. There's even the vaguest general sense, because thankfully a link doesn't require words. And especially with the general hint there, she'll slip from the group hug, and she'll shrug a bit to make sure the jacket is still firmly on her shoulders, for all that her arms aren't through the sleeves. Aiden is decidedly bigger than her, so it's not hard to keep it up there. And yeah, she'll offer Jason a little waggle of the fingers, and we'll turn to, even though there's probably a bar in the room, we'll turn to go to the other, more different public bar to retrieve them drinks.
She'll say to Link, give me 5 minutes. You can come back in and explain if there's any further questions, all right?
And responding through the link is, of course, Ryan. Just let me know when.
Just smile. And he seems to be quite relaxed as he'll lay back down on the couch. When 10 Point closes the door and you lean forward, smiling still, and he seems quite relaxed. There is just something I do want to talk to you about. I just want you to know. It's something I didn't want to tell you until the time was right. So you fully know. We're a traditional pack. And 10 Point takes her Omega duties very seriously. Sometimes that requires her to have lessons. Sometimes that requires her to... It requires us to be harsh because it requires us to help her. I've done my best to build her back up from what I found her. But sometimes we have to be tough with her. Because she's incredibly vulnerable to the worm. And that's not just saying that lightly. I've heard her and I've seen her in there.
And what had been a happy expression, like, yeah, I have family. Hugs are awesome. The strip joint is amazing. His expression goes kind of still. And then just fades into something very, very carefully neutral and slightly suspicious.
10 Point has helped me through everything. I wouldn't be half the guru today if it wasn't for her. She is... You smile very fondly. She has helped me through every ounce of the rage that I had that I couldn't control myself with, and discovered that I had a bane attached in myself because of it. And she weathered a storm for me. But she has her own demons she needs to face. And you've seen her back.
Yes.
That was not me who did that. That was our old beta Balian. Very strict Silver Fang from Gleaming Eye. Now, I'm no innocent. I've been violent. I grew up in a traditional world. And what she is in my world. But we help each other and we build her up together. Myself, Saoirse. And that's all I want from her. Is to give her the chance that she'll never get. Sometimes that might require you to convince her that she doesn't need to harm herself, that she doesn't need to. And sometimes it might require that you have to do things that you won't like.
Both eyebrows go up with a kind of a really expression.
I've been changing her from lesson to lesson, teaching her to believe in herself and not the thing she so craves, not the pain she so craves, because that's all she's had in her life is pain. I've taught her to love something because she'll never feel it properly, and now she can. I just want you to know that. You're meant to be my brother, and I'm not going to hide anything from you. Family don't hide things from each other.
You don't think that would have borne mentioning before I said yes? Or did you hold it back because you knew I'd be upset?
A bit of both. And because, to be honest, I wanted you to see us before everything else. I wanted you to see what we're actually like, and not just the one thing that could be judged so quickly. I wanted you to see how we actually are with each other.
That doesn't
Because
make it better.
It doesn't.
It almost makes it worse, Aiden.
It doesn't make any of it better. Maybe I was just a bit afraid.
You know how I feel about traditional things.
I do. But I'd figured, and I hope I was right, that you'd respect what we believe and appreciate the fact that all I want for 10 Point, all I've ever wanted, is for her to have a chance. And every day I see her grow. Every day. She stood up to the true catcher. Something in my sept they would have killed her for. And I was never more proud of her for that. Though I may not understand some of it. She fought her corner. And that's what all I wanted her to do. I wanted her to live.
I do as well. I don't promise that my efforts towards that end will always be what you want them to be.
It's not about what I want.
We'll at least have the same goal.
It's not about what I want. It's about what she wants. It's for her. If that means we fight and we do that, then that's worth the risk for me.
I'll see.
Talk to her. She'll explain. That's when the ping will go through the link. You won't be sad. I'd rather you tell me I'm wrong and fight with me if it meant that you're just doing everything for this family. Then lie to me, Jason. Because I'd tell you the exact same thing.
I'm a shitty liar, Aiden. And he gives kind of that lopsided smile.
I'm sorry for keeping a secret from you. But I wanted you to see everything else before I told you some of the realities that you'll face. I wanted you to see what I've done and what she's done for herself. And this will be the last time I ever keep a secret from you again as my family.
And he just nods.
And the 10 Point is, meanwhile, meandering her way back. And probably wearing thin enough sandal-type shoes that she's not making a lot of noise. Never mind that there's the thumping beat and a million people moving around. But she'll pause. She'll pause outside. And after asking her question and getting an answer that's not the best she could have hoped for, but it's certainly not the worst that she dreaded, well, wrap her knuckles once and then pop the door open. Let's probably come back with a tray. And there will definitely be an attempt to be kind of subtle about it. Kind of looking up through her lashes as she's closing the door, but kind of assessing the body language and posture and whatnot that the two have.
Jason looks slightly deflated, certainly. Disappointed, perhaps. Pensive. Not angry. Just wheels are turning.
How about Aiden? How's he looking?
Worried. She can see it written plain all across his face.
And so she slides back in, sets the tray on the table. We'll go so far as to pour for all three of them. And, while some might expect something classy, there is probably a bottle of champagne there, because who can help themselves? But in light of the recent conversation, the first thing she pours all three of them is whiskey.
Whiskey's classy.
It can be. But it's not like the bottle of wine. No, she definitely just goes for fucking whiskey. And we'll make sure she hands it to both of the other two, Aiden first and then Jason, and then snags up a glass. And at least initially is going to perch her, do that little hip perch back on the arm of the chair. And we'll drape one arm over the back of Aiden's shoulders.
He relaxes. Like Jason can visibly see it.
Jason has noticed it before, actually.
Oh yeah, no, it's even more obvious now. He just visibly relaxes. His shoulders don't seem as tense.
And she may have the faintest of concerned looks, but it smooths out.
He will take his whiskey and the nice giant ice cube that undoubtedly comes with it and kind of swirl it around some.
Are you still with us then?
Always.
There's such a... This isn't just a blank or just simply blissful smile. There's such a sincere appreciation to the expression that blooms across her face. I will always be happy to answer your questions.
This and he kind of like stops and cocks his ear towards the
Doomp, 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 doomp.
going through the door. Might not be the appropriate venue for that conversation.
Probably not. Would have asked Aiden to bring in a shrine to the apartment. We can present you there. And perhaps it will help with your insight.
Once you feel all of us together in the link, you'll be able to see all of us. Everything.
That gives him it is very clear that that is not something Jason had considered. Like, oh.
You can maintain a sense of privacy even in the link. I do not.
We try not to, but it's understandable when you do.
You'll be able, with some practice, to close yourself off. You can keep your thoughts to yourself. We don't pry.
Not unless we're worried. Or
There are
something.
certainly things in my head that I would not inflict on other people.
Smile gently.
You're not the
We're
only one.
Not at all. We're your family now. And whatever you decide will always be with you. No matter what. We do anything for you.
Anything for family?
And he nods.
Even if that means you want to lash out at us in rage or pain, or sadness, or joy. Doesn't matter.
At the mention of joy, Jason kind of pauses and it looks kind of thoughtful and just swirlies. Well, all right then.
Plus, we've got a home. The grin. It's a nice one. You get to have 4 or 5 Irish women cooking you food every day.
I'm going to get fat.
You'd be
Can we
fine.
get fat?
No.
Not really.
Oh, well, that's good then.
We might be a bit disarrayed at home, but you can understand why after what happened.
The fact that you're even functional right now is a testament to your strength.
We have to be.
I know.
We have each other. You look over and give Tempo an incredibly fond smile.
And again, she always seems to kind of bloom under the attention, so she does so. And I mean, unbeknownst to Jason, admittedly, there's ample, just generalized, warm, soothing, and some small measure of delight feelings, just kind of coursing readily through the link.
I believe he has been in the link
He
at a point in
has.
time when she was happy before, so he can imagine.
Oh yeah, it's written. I think it's written across their faces as well.
Oh,
you know.
definitely. But knowing that feeling is different. Even. And he kind of relaxes some and will properly smile again.
Plus, now we can paint you in WOD. Our WOD.
Different naked paint. Sweet.
This is our people's paint.
I know. It's a plant, isn't it?
Nod. But it'll also be one of the things we have to do for Dana is we hold a celebration every equinox and every solstice.
Okay.
Smile. Can you sing or dance or play an instrument?
No, that is a recipe for disaster.
Teach
Okay.
her. But how you celebrate is up to you. In the end, she is the mother of memory. She wants to be remembered.
I will certainly do my best with that.
We'll help you. The murder tea isn't just good for murder. He'll grin.
Yeah, I don't know about that stuff. That was
When you go into battle with us, we all paint each other in WOD together. As one.
I've watched you do it.
Now you get to be part of it.
It'll be interesting.
We'll probably do something for you later once you're sworn in. So the whole Sept can hear. So the Umber can hear you.
Okay. Not drinking nearly as much as I did when I had Cleith, though. That was I only really remember about half of what happened at that party. And that hasn't happened since high school.
He'll grin. We'll just say that it's going to be an experience once you take the drink.
Oh boy.
And plus, you can show us some of your people's ways.
What?
Judging a guy.
Oh. I thought you meant Californians.
Grin.
I'm still learning them, honestly. But
well, perhaps we can learn together.
See what I can do.
And at least the parts are important to you.
Mm-hmm.
He nods. I mean, that's a reasonably fair notion.
He'll smile. You'll be fine. Plus, you know, you're with us, so you've got yourself covered.
He nods again. This is reasonably accurate, actually. They've been pretty fucking reliable the entire time he's been here so far.
Well, let's turn and look at 10 Point. I think that calls for another dance for Jason, then.
She just kind of nods in the easy going, like, yeah, sounds about right. This seems about par for the course. Dips her whiskey.
Stands up, opens the door, and just shouts, "Bring in the girls!" Do you know what I mean? And Jason is swarmed by at least about 5 or 6.
He does not seem especially distressed by this. And is appropriately appreciative, even. Politely, mind you. But appropriately appreciative.
Ladies, please.
The the sad collection of actual cash in his wallet is probably going to need assistance.
No, Aiden would say it's all on the house. Nope.
He's like, okay.
This time, he'll say very firmly. You know what I mean?
I mean, obviously.
Like, he'll even, like, put his arm around Jason, bring him out to the bar, and even shout, "This is my new brother!" You know what I mean? You know that?
He looks slightly sheepish at the attention. But significantly less startled than the first dance.
And yes, it does bear mention that for what it's worth, there are not only female dancers, and they will not be the only ones crowding him. Not if he shows the vaguest appreciation. I imagine they have a pretty good radar for it.
Pretty much everybody.
Equal opportunity.
Yep. That's our Jason.
God damn it.
Oh yeah, he will enjoy himself. Not like crazy active participation, but it's clearly yeah. They're good dancers. Got mad skills.
Oh, goodness. Unless there's more that we would like to do in this particular scene, I dare say we can close it, and if we'd like to do more, can open another.
Yeah.
as Jason is swarmed by enthusiastic dancers.
Who really, really like his shirt.
He's well equipped.
So with that, we'll just say thank you, players, for playing and watchers for watching. And we'll see you next time when Jason gets surrounded by more half-naked bodies.